Peace. Peter Panagore here, but I'm not here. How zen. I'm away this week writing a chapter for the movie. And this video is a curated repeat. Peace. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Peter Panagore, and this is Wednesday morning, July 29th, Heartful Meditation Practice Group. Here's a quote from the Kabbalah. If you think of yourself as something, then God cannot clothe himself in you, for God is infinite. No vessel can contain God unless you think of yourself as Ayin, nothingness. God is no thing, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But first, the purpose of this group is to gather together and practice meditation as a group, because one of the crazy things about meditation is that when you practice it together in a group, it empowers all of us through the strength of each individual's meditation practice. As Jesus said, when two or three are gathered, I am there. The I am is there. And so when two are there, three are there instead. And there's an old rabbinic saying that I've heard: when two rabbis get together to have a conversation, there are always three opinions. And the third, of course, is the divine's. So a word about patriarchy. In this quote this morning, it says, then God cannot clothe himself. It's very difficult to talk about God. And so especially using a pronoun like him or her, it's the function of the language that we have. But the Ayin part of this, that God is nothingness. Now, why is God nothingness? God is nothingness because everything in the world is a thing, a something. This is a thing, I'm a thing, my words are things, my thoughts are things. But God is above all things, makes all things. And if even our thoughts and words are things, then it becomes very difficult to talk about the divine, who is no thing, nothing, nothingness, with a capital N, not nothing with a little n. Only to designate it in the negative can we begin to talk about it. There was a writer named Pseudo-Dionysius. I think he was like 6th century. I have to double check the dates. But Pseudo-Dionysius developed this thing called negative theology. And he developed negative theology because if this is good, then how can God be good? If this is qualitatively a good thing, then how can God be also equal to this in goodness? It can't be. It with a capital I. It can't be the same. So he talks about God in the negative. God is no thing. And we can only, because God is no thing and infinite, as long as our minds are set on our being something, then there's no enough room in us for the no thing to be inside us. And that's the purpose of meditation, of prayerful meditation, is to become empty of self, of false self, to allow enough space inside ourselves for the infinite to dwell. So enough about that stuff. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. Good morning, Logan, Russell, Charles, Sue. Is God in all things? Yes. There's this thing called panentheism, with an E-N in the middle of that word. Not pantheism, but panentheism. God existing inside of all things. All things exist because the presence of God is here in them. But it's a reduced presence. It's a reduced presence because perfection with a capital P can only exist in and of itself in, I'm sorry to say this, the nothingness. The nothingness with a capital N and the perfection are the same thing. And everything here, because of its limited finite nature, cannot contain the wholeness of the presence of the divine. And yet it exists inside of the divine, and yet the divine exists above, to give spatial language to it, above all. So yes, God is in all things. And there's some near-death experiencer, and I don't recall his name off the top of my head, who said something like, uh, "The universe is secretly made of love." That's kind of the solution to it. Inside of all things, not the solution, but the truth of it. I'm going to say hi to folks over on YouTube. Hey, Rob, Vicky, and Sheila. So, I'm glad. Thank you, Sheila. She's grateful for the meditation this morning. I'm grateful that you're here. The more we practice together, the deeper that we go together. And hi, Helen. So I'm about to click the clock on 20 minutes. I've got my, what do I have here? I've got my clock. I'm going to push my chair back, take my glasses off. Uh, if you have any questions on meditation, ask them today in the comments section and we can talk about them. I have a little bit of extra time today, so we can chat about that. So here we go. I'm going to click my clock. And why? Oh, why 20 minutes? Because 20 minutes is an affordable time in our lives. We could spare 20 minutes. All right. So talk to you later. 20 minutes from now. Thanks for joining me this morning on our morning meditation. I'll see you next Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. Keep your practice going. The deeper you go, the more empty you become. The more empty you become, the greater the room is inside you for the nothingness, the infinity to dwell within. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Peace and namaste.